Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to my video today in which I will show you all the drawings that I have done that are not in the sketchbook from basically 2019 onwards, which is when I got back into drawing after a 10-year hiatus. And drawing was my favorite hobby when I was a kid up until I was a teenager. Then I got an apprenticeship and I got into the work life, and I basically stopped drawing because I had no more time and no more energy to do that. Well, having no more time is probably a bit of an excuse because you can make time for the things that are really important to you, but I guess I was just exhausted from everyday work, so I didn't really have the energy to draw. But that all changed in 2019 when I just decided to pick that hobby, which I so loved for years, back up. And I collected all these drawings pretty much chronologically. So I'm going to start here from the back, which is pretty, you know, I'm just going to say a bit to some of them look pretty amateurish and scribbly. So here are some sketches of just some characters that I drew out of my head without a reference. And that this is actually a bit of a caricature almost. I wanted it to look like a portrait. This is Jake Gyllenhaal from Nightwalker, I think is the name of the movie. Very interesting movie. So I used to love drawing anime when I was younger, and I started picking that back up. So in the earlier drawings here, you will see a lot of anime here, just some random ballpoint scribbles that are not really good. Here's some more free characters. Here's Sailor Neptune. I used to be a huge Sailor Moon fan when I was a kid. I actually started collecting the Blu-rays that they are publishing now in Germany, which are immensely expensive, but I just want to have them. They're my childhood nostalgia. I did that with colored pencils, I think Prismacolors, and then added some nonsensical white dots just to highlight the image. This is one of my, I guess you could call them original characters. It's like, you know, one of those deer folk that used to be popular on DeviantArt. I think there were a bunch of people creating their own deer characters, and I drew him like as a bit of a child, a young adult, and as an adult. I would actually like to make his antlers more prominent now, but you know, it's done. This is Makoto Tachibana with yeah, I've never been good with backgrounds. I just added some, you know, splashes with, I think it was watercolor. Kind of meh. Here's just some face practice in a different style. Here's some, this is just embarrassing. I'm just gonna, like that. Yeah, so I think you can really tell when I drew with a reference and when I drew without a reference. The ones without a reference just look strange. This is a character from, is it House of Five Leaves? Not sure. Actually, I'm so bad at memorizing all the names. I do know this is another from Free, Makoto. This is some random vampire lady. I don't remember the original image, but I think it was from some kind of calendar. This is also a character from Free, where I tried to incorporate a bit of my own style. So as you can see, it doesn't look as close to the style of the show. Yeah, there's some more Free here. This is another original character that I just scribbled down, like Scarred Elf character. This is from when I tried to practice coloring anime pictures with watercolor. The results are kind of meh. I'm just not very good with watercolors. I'm not good with getting the details right, so yeah. This is just, I think that was supposed to be Vampire Hunter D drawn from my memory. You know, just don't draw without reference. These are also some random faces that I drew without reference. Always draw with reference, or it will look like this. Oh yeah, that was a really ambitious portrait I wanted to do of Emhilvar Emreis from the Witcher game. And yeah, it just got too complicated for me and I stopped doing that. I basically just gave up. Haruka from Free. Yuri? No, what's his name? Yuri is the other guy. Oh damn, it's Yuri on Ice. I can't believe I forgot all the characters' names from the anime that I watched. It's just sad. This is another original character. I just wanted to draw someone with curly hair, and it looks, I don't know, strange. Also, I tried to draw him from two perspectives, and I just like the front perspective a lot more. This is from Nanana's Buried Treasure, I think. I've done this one because I really wanted to practice with the Koh-i-Noor pencils. What I like about them is that they give quite a texturized result, if that's your thing. More free fan art. This is some more, I think this is a young elf girl with freckles that I also drew without a reference. Another elf character. I guess I was really into elves. This is an image of Vreen and Haruka. I referenced that from another picture and just added their heads. Like, yeah, super creative. Some more watercolor practice. Sailor Chibi Moon. This is actually drawn in a similar style than the Sailor Neptune one with these strange highlight dots over there. Oh yeah, and I think here I started to get away from anime a bit and more into, you know, experimenting with different styles. Like, I like crows sitting on skulls, apparently. I think this is from Kureke no Basuke. I don't know. I have a lot of images where I really wanted to draw them, and then when it got to coloring, I lost all my confidence because I don't feel like I'm very good with coloring, which is kind of ironic considering my main hobby is currently working in coloring books. I mean, I think I did state at the start of that I'm using it for practice, but the more I'm doing it, I actually haven't drawn an image since I started coloring in coloring books because it kind of hypnotized me, you know, just a very therapeutic, also sometimes simple task of coloring an image. It feels very, very relaxing. More relaxing than when I would draw a complete picture. And these are all anime. I guess I wasn't getting away from anime that soon. I was just practicing, you know, adding more detailed coloring than the original images. I'm pretty sure I kind of referenced all of these directly from the show. Another one of Nanana. I guess I just like girls with purple hair. This is another one of a free character. I think it's Sosuke. Also tried to add a bit more of my own style, especially with the hair. This is Levi from Attack on Titan. Oh god, I love Attack on Titan. I still haven't seen the 3rd season though. I have it lying around on DVD since months, and I just haven't watched it. I don't know why. This is Osamu Dazai from Bungo Stray Dogs. Ulquiorra from Bleach. Next to a random pair of feet. I think this is when I started to practice human anatomy more, and for some reason I just picked these feet because they looked interesting, I guess. Oh, this was one of my first attempts at gouache. I hate how it turned out. All the detail of the actual flowers got lost because the color started to... I think I used too much water and everything just kind of just got into each other, all the colors. My English is on point today. I can't really explain what I'm meaning, but I guess you can see that. These are some random portraits. I used references from Pinterest, just, you know, practicing my pencil work. More gouache stuff that's kind of meh. Here just some random snippets like an eye. I think this is done with Posca pens. And this as well, this is alcohol markers, and then I added the pink cherry blossoms with Posca pens. And here are more random flowers. This is when I really got into alcohol markers, I think, and I started to do... This is just embarrassing. I'm not good at, you know, I wanted to draw a different kind of perspective from the face, and it just looks like an abomination. So yeah, this is more alcohol marker and Posca pen work. Yeah, I mean, some of these images are really random. I just felt like I want to draw something, so I went to Pinterest, looked at some images I liked, and tried to draw them. If I felt like, you know, I had anything to add to them. They just look like bad copies. But it's fun, you know, I enjoy the craft. Probably more than the result. This is Tiki Mick from The Gray Man. Oh, this looks really bad. I don't know what happened to his face here, but I got the proportions completely wrong. Also, wait, I just have to fix this real quick here. What a professionally done video. This is just some random expression. You can stay back there. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is another of these images where I started really ambitious and then this happened. I don't know. There's a woman with clown makeup that I somehow found interesting, wanted to recreate. Here I tried what looks better. You know, I have Posca pens on white paper where I added all the black, and then this is black paper where I just added a color, but the Posca pens weren't completely opaque. I guess I could have gone over it again, but as those who use Posca pens know, they tend to rip up the paper. So instead of, you know, scratching up all the paper, I just left it like that, and I really prefer this result. It looks a lot more crisp. This is, I don't know what that is. Also here, I don't know, I sketched really quickly some Japanese scenes. Don't know if you can make sense of it. Wait, which way is it? I think it's this way. Yeah. I don't know, I think you can see that it's supposed to be Japanese due to all the kanji, but yeah. Really sloppy. With some of these, I really don't know what I was thinking. And here are some cards. There's Marcella Venus. What do we have here? Some more of the smaller ones. Actually, I work at a store that also sells art supplies. So whenever we have reached a certain amount of sales, we get a coupon that you can use to buy. Well, basically you get the things for free that you want. And these are Posca pen landscapes again, yes. And I use all my coupons for either paper or acrylic paint, which comes in handy. This is Akisearu from Mirai Nikki. What's the English? A Future Diary. This is a Chinese dragon. Actually, I copied this image from an artist who did all kinds of images like this. Like there was an animal in gray and then with one red element, and the contrast looks so great. And I really like this one the most, so I tried to recreate it here. Basically just to have a version of myself, for myself. I don't know what that is, but I also found that on Pinterest. I think it was originally a digital artwork, and I just tried to turn it into a line art. I decided not to color it, I don't know why. Here's a tiger that is for some reason blue. I think this was a t-shirt design. I'm not sure why I found this, but it looked kind of creepy and I tried to draw it and it looks kind of meh. I also found this one somewhere on Pinterest. It's basically all referenced from some Pinterest images. And if you want to learn to draw certain things, Pinterest is really useful. You just basically type in a word and it gives you all the different images that you, for example, I think here I gave in Raven. And it gives you all kinds of images. And I loved how the original artist did the wings, and I tried to kind of stylize that even more with the line art. I like how this turned out, even though it's not like an original image that came out of my mind. I only draw with references these days because the result looks better. These are also some random images I came across, liked, and tried to recreate here. Alcohol markers, all of them I think. This is a Posca pen for the background. Also, there was a time where I really liked these miniature kind of images. Here I was drawing just a collage of flowers. It's actually quite therapeutic to do the line art like that. I always use these ones here. Let me see, Stabilo. I use a ton of these. And I go over the line art again and again, and it creates these different thicknesses. I like that. I decided to color that one. Another anime one. Can't just get rid of the anime here. Shinya Kogami from Psycho-Pass. First season of Psycho-Pass is really good anime. Second season, third season I haven't seen yet. And some cherry blossoms. some more experimental artwork here. I wanted to draw someone in a different perspective, and I don't know. Another Pinterest portrait. I actually like how the tiger turned out, even though I didn't get the proportions right. In the original image, the face was just kind of, you know, but I can't always get the proportions right. This was done with gouache again. As you can see, I like this one actually a lot better than that horrible first try. So I don't know what this is. And here it looks a lot better. I just used less water probably. This is some kind of Yggdrasil-like tree. A Gryphon kind of character, fantasy creature. I don't know. Also came across that on Pinterest. More portraits, and I actually like these little floating island things. I also have that Coco Wyo coloring book, Floating Islands, which is full of images that has a similar concept. Really need to work in that one. And yet even more anime. L from Death Note. Here I really got into gouache and tried different things. Actually, I don't know what happened here. These are supposed to be the clouds that are colored in this fiery color combination due to the sunset. And then I added these. I don't know what happened, but these are the clouds and this was just a mistake. So yeah. Also more landscapes. I did this really quick with alcohol markers. They serve no special purpose. They're just there. Oh yeah, this is when I have gotten the pastel Ohuhu markers, and I really wanted to try them out, and I was looking for pastel images, and I came across these ones which reminded me kind of especially this one, reminded me of the Sailor Moon brooches, so I drew that. Here's more alcohol marker stuff, more flowers with this stylized line art. A really dark looking raven. Oh, here I think I tried to use the dough and ink tents, and I had no idea how to use them. I just dipped them in water and then drew with them like with a normal pencil, and it just looks like this, and it's kind of, yeah. Let's just get away from there. Oh yeah, I also really like these images with a rib cage and then flowers coming out of it. Also a moth and a butterfly. And mushrooms! I actually have 2 or 3 coloring books for mushrooms only, so yeah, what can I say? I like mushrooms. This one I also saw, I think this has originally been from TikTok, but I saw it on Pinterest and I wanted to recreate that with a different gradient and everything. Yeah, I like how it turned out. Also, I like this one. This is also done with gouache. Yeah, I think this was gouache and this was Posca pens. This is just some fantasy, I don't know, image where butterflies are coming out of the moon. I like the color combination. There is a flower wreath, or wreath, however you pronounce that right. I like this one. This is a very sloppy version of Gandalf. I don't know why I did that. Oh yeah, and I did these really popular galaxy kind of images where you create a galaxy by having the different colors just kind of, how do you say that, flow into each other. Here are some forest scenes also with gouache. I really need to get out my Himi Mia gouache jelly pen set again and do some work with that. This is supposed to be Frodo, I think. Yeah, I did that after I've done Gandalf and I thought, okay, let's put a bit more work into it. But then I got really lazy with the hair and yeah, it looks like that. Here's some random, I mean, these are supposed to be waves. I don't know what this is. It looks pretty strange. Some more cutesy stuff over here. Also, I think I just typed in kawaii critters or something like that. And then images like these popped up and I thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna make these little cards out of them just for myself. This was actually the back of one of these watercolor paper pads, and I thought, why throw it away? I can use it as a bit of a, you know, cardboard canvas. And I painted this sunset on it, also with gouache. This I just did, I don't know, I was kind of probably in a trance state when I did these. Oh god, these are even worse. I think this looks like nothing special, but it took so much time. I don't know why I did that, but I guess I was kind of in the flow and it really relaxed me to do that. Here is a bunch of crystals. I actually like doing that. I don't like how the leaves here turned out. No, don't like that. Then I drew books because I like books. So why not draw a stack of books? There's actually a series of images also found on Pinterest where the animals are kind of separated into all these different color shapes. Looks really interesting. I actually did this lion first, and then I did the horse, and then I lost interest. Another landscape done with gouache. This is also found on Pinterest. Actually, I think I found this. This is probably based on a popular photo, because I found in my Coloriage Mystère Cats coloring book the image of 3 cats being on top of each other like that, but of course without the witchy stuff. And I think whoever drew this originally referenced it from that cat photo, which is really cool. Oh, I really like how this frog turned out. I like the color combination of the greens and the pinks. A stylized tiger. Yeah, crazy stuff like that. Sometimes I just browse Pinterest and I come across interesting looking pictures and I'm like, yeah, I would like to add this to my folder. And here we are with probably the not really the last, the second to last image. These are supposed to be 2, I think they're from Norse mythology. I didn't memorize their name, but I like the concept of the image of just drawing the silhouette in black and then adding all the details with a white Posca pen. And for contrast, I added a red background and some white dots. Yeah. As you can see, I'm not the most creative person. I just like the process of drawing. Oh, and here are some more crystals. Yeah, I just like the process of drawing. I'm actually not too keen on you know, creating drawings to express myself so much as an individual or as an original artist or something. I just like the, you know, the crafty part of it, of actually taking a pen and filling the paper with something. I really like that. That is the reason why I switched to coloring, probably, because to me it doesn't matter whether I draw an image myself or whether I color someone else's image. I just really like the doing the process. So yeah, these were all my drawings that I have collected. I had another folder like this from when I was a child, and a few years ago I just threw everything away because I thought I will never draw again, and I regret it so much. So please don't do the mistakes that I have done. If you have drawings from your childhood or your adolescence, keep them. It would be so nice to look at them years later and be like, oh, I drew that. And unfortunately, I got rid of all of them. So I guess this was part of the reason I created a new one, because I just wanted to have something that I will look back to in a few years and say, this is how I spend my time. And you know, when you do something, when you create something, at least in my opinion, whether it is actually based on your original thought or whether you just used something to recreate, I mean, you did it, you did the craft part of it, and it's just nice to look back at it and be like, yeah, that was a nice time. I'm rambling. So yeah, I hope you liked that video, and my next video will actually be my haul for April. I'm really excited for that one because I have gotten some more books that will help me complete my collection. I'm actually pretty close to not really completing my coloring book collection, but at least getting the majority of all the books that I wanted to get, because as you might know, I started coloring pretty late. I only started coloring in November of last year, so I felt like I had a lot of catching up to do and had to get a lot of coloring books. And I'm now very close to owning all of the ones that I really wanted from the start. So yeah, maybe we can see each other again in my next haul video, and I hope you have a nice day and maybe see you in the next one. Bye!